This man right here having one heck of a year. The Kid LAROI, congratulations on everything, brother. Number one on the Billboard Hot 100. Stay with Justin Bieber. Tell me all about like where you were at, who you were with when you got that news.
Well, they had hit me a little earlier in the week and said, "Hey, it's looking like it has a good chance to go number one." And I was like, "Okay, cool." Like, but it's nothing's confirmed yet.
Right.
And then I remember I had woke up to the text, and I was just in my room by myself, and I woke up to the text and I was like, "Wow, that's cool." But I already had like someone already prepped me like, yeah, it's probably gonna go number one. So it was like a build up kind of thing. It wasn't like a surprise necessarily.
Right.
But it was because I was like, wow. Like,
yeah, you never want to jinx yourself,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So who's the first person you like called or texted?
The first person I think the first people I texted were the people I made the song with.
Okay.
I was just like, yeah, number one. That's crazy, guys. Isn't that cool?
Where was mom and your brother on that list? Were they like at the bottom?
Well, they were in the house.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I went and told them like in person.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's wild. First of many. So was your mom always like, I know she was super supportive and things like that. Did she always have an idea it was going to play out this way? Or was there a point in time where she was like, let's work out a plan B and C?
I mean, my mom's just always been really supportive of me.
Yeah.
So whatever I wanted to do, she was just kind of like, she's kind of with it.
Yeah. I know she's always been big on education for you and stuff too. Yeah. So it wasn't like she was putting all the eggs in one basket, I don't think.
Yeah, no, exactly, yeah.
How did she do with your lyrics? I mean, you know, sometimes when you go deep on the depression tip or you're talking about partying, is she like, the Kid LAROI, we have to have a sit down and talk about this?
I mean, like my mom understands that like everything I do is, you know, that's like my way of like, that's like my therapy kind of thing. That's like my way of like getting my feelings out and stuff like that. So I think I think she just likes that. That's like a creative way for me to do that, you know?
Right. Because even no matter what you're saying, it's still a healthy outlet.
Yeah, exactly. And it still happens. It's all real stuff. So yeah.
So who is mom dying to meet? What celeb is she like, listen, you got to get me in there?
I don't know. She hasn't told me about that.
No?
No, she never really asked me that.
Elton John?
I mean, she freaked out when I did the thing with Elton John, she was like freaking out. That was cool.
Yeah.
But like, she's never been like, oh, I would love to meet this person. She's just kind of, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just going along for the ride.
Yeah.
So I know you were bubbling before being featured on Justice, the album. But that was still like a very pivotal point in your career for sure. How'd that even come together?
Well, Justin had just DM'd me on Instagram. And he said, you got the sauce. And I responded back. I was just like, thanks, man. Big fan. And then about a month later, he just sent me a song. Well, he DM'd me. He's like, hey, what's your number? I'm going to send you a song. He sent me the song, and I did it. And I was looking through my notes to like find, you know, something for him. And that's when I had State that I made like a couple months back, and I sent it to him, and I was like, what do you think of this? And he was like, it's great. I love it. So yeah.
Like a true future superstar. Bieber hits you up, and you're like, oh, what's up, man? Thanks. I'm glad you're a fan.
Well, you know, I wanted to let him know I was a huge fan, but I didn't want to geek out too much, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So during these basketball sessions, is he just like spanking you, or do you hold your own? Who's winning?
I mean, like, I always tell him to let's play one-on-one, but he always ducks it because he knows that I'm better.
Really?
Yeah. He knows. Wow. He does know that.
All right, let's move on from that. So now you're managed by Scooter Braun, obviously, who I think mainly is known for managing pop acts, and you're being embraced in the pop world so much right now. Does it matter to you which genre embraces you more, hip hop or pop? Like, if down the line, years down the line, you're on nobody's best rapper of all time list, will that bother you?
I don't give a fuck, dude. I just make music, and I don't really care about genres or anything. I just make it, and whoever likes it, likes it. Whoever wants to accepts it, accepts it, and yeah, whatever. I just, you know, I never really think about that type of stuff. Really, it doesn't really I'm just very about the music and just about the creative stuff.
I love it.
Yeah.
Have you got on Scooter about this Ariana Grande collab? Is that going down? Do I need to talk to him?
I would love to do something with Ariana. That'd be
You've
really
had to have had those conversations though. You're in the same camp.
I mean, not really. I don't really like asking for too many things. Like
Yeah.
that. I think when it'll happen. I want it to happen. Kind of organically. I don't really want to set it up because I want it to be. I think the best way to make music is like when both people like really want to do it and both people are like decide like, okay, we're gonna make this song. I feel like if it's set up, it's just like
yeah. And have the time. I mean, everybody's so busy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. I know this is a tough one. You're such a hip hop head. Do you give me like your top 5? I know. I would imagine Kanye and Drake are on there, right?
Yeah, for sure. I can't give a top 5 because I have, I have more than 5 greatest of all time rappers to me, and I can't put them in an order from top to bottom. But like Kanye, as an artist, he's like, not even just as a rapper, but as an artist, is like probably definitely my favorite artist of all time.
Yeah. Anybody else new, current that you're like just obsessed with?
I mean, I love like no one that I would say is necessarily my greatest artist of all time, but like there's definitely like people that I think could be that, that I watch a lot.
I don't know who's grooming you. You are so politically correct. It is wonderful. You're like,
no one. That's just how I feel, man.
Yeah. I heard that way back when you were still like in Sydney and you were like grinding like crazy, you would catch some of the artists that were coming to town. You would go to the hotel. You were really on that grind trying to play them your music. I imagine more often than not. I know it worked out with Sway Lee, but I imagine more often than not it didn't work out in your favor. Did you have any like awkward encounters, or did anybody give you any advice?
You know what's funny? It almost always kind of like when I say worked out, it depends what you kind of worked out. Like I always at least got to go backstage to the show, or like always get used to, or like get the picture. And sometimes the picture means a lot, like like even just like I mean, I would never go up and ask for a picture. I would always go up and say, hey, let me rap for you. Yeah. But if it came down to it, I rap for him and then I'll take the picture. But like sometimes a picture, like you post that on Instagram and you could, as a young artist coming up, you can make that look like whatever you want to make it look like,
right.
which is like, yeah, it's kind of like I feel like as an artist now, I'd get a little like upset if someone was trying to do that. Like we have a collab coming, but like you can do, you can make it look like something that's not, and that can actually help. Just being pictured with someone because you don't even necessarily have to say like you have something with them. Just people will automatically assume stuff like that. So that could help even more than just actually rapping to them. But yeah, my angle was always like, hey, let me rap for you. Yeah. And and they were, and oftentimes, I was a little kid, so they were like, oh shit, that's dope. Like he's a little kid.
Nobody's mean to a little kid.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, come to the show, or like, like, oh.
Right.
Yeah. So it was always pretty.
I love that.
Pretty cool.
VMAs, dude, you crushed it. You and Justin. It was wonderful. Such a good performance. I heard that you get nervous like prior to hitting the stage, which I feel like a lot of people do, but once you're up there, you're good.
I get nervous with everything. Like I get nervous before I do an interview as well. Yeah.
That's what the shades are for?
Yeah.
I heard that, but I feel like you have to be getting a little bit more accustomed to things and the camp you surround yourself with. Do you feel like it'll ever come more natural to you? Maybe, but I'm not. I don't like. I don't know. I just don't like doing this stuff. I'm more like just in the studio. Or like I love performing live. That's like one of my favorite things about doing this whole thing is performing live. But yeah, I'm really just like in studio, like if I and again, I don't want I like hate to say it, but I'm just being honest. If I could never like do interviews and stuff, I probably wouldn't. Would never do them. But unfortunately for you, I feel like we're going to be seeing you so much now. So
yeah.
But was there any like pitch me moment at the VMAs? Anybody you met? Anybody that said they were a fan of yours that you met for the first time?
No, I hated everything.
So you like ducked out afterwards? Or?
I did. I ducked out after I performed just because it's a lot, dude. It's a lot on your energy, and just I try to protect my energy.
But it's funny. I feel like you and Bieber share that to a degree because I feel like if he can avoid the red carpet and I feel like he shows up for business, and a lot of times he doesn't just hang around. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot. Like, and I don't know. People at home might not be able to tell. When you're there, it's just so much. Like I was really excited to go because it was my first award show.
Yeah.
And I went there and I was like, oh God, I want to leave. I want to get out of here.
Yeah.
And nothing to do with like anybody there or anything. Just like it's a lot. Like all the cameras and like all the people shouting at you and stuff, and it's just like it's a lot.
Absolutely. Before we wrap, let's talk about touring a little bit, since that is especially one of your favorite parts about this whole deal. What do you have coming up when it comes to touring? What can fans expect on the stage from you?
So I just announced my End of the World tour, and yeah, dude, I'm excited. This is my first ever headline tour. I think the last tour I did, I like opened for Lil TJ, which was a minute ago, which was cool. But yeah, now I get to do my own thing and get to hopefully give the fans something that they'll remember.
Awesome.
Forever.
Are you planning on bringing out a bunch of friends for this, or is it going to be all you, or it just depends on who's in what city when?
It just depends on who's in what city, and I would love to bring some people out for sure.
Yeah. My boss told me this, so this could be a lie actually. He said that last night you got dinner with Ed Sheeran.
I did.
Are you guys like buddies?
Well, that was our first time like meeting, but I guess we are now. Yeah, like yeah, it was really good. We clicked on a lot of things. I can relate to him a lot and in a lot of senses. So
was he hitting you with like crazy advice left and right? I mean, talk about somebody that stays out of the limelight, right?
I mean, he would, when the time came for like it was very just like a chill, just regular conversation. I felt like I was out with like a friend from back home. Yeah, honestly, like that's what it wasn't intense. I feel like people sometimes think like when you do like an artist like type of dinner or something like that, it's very like. But a lot of times everyone's just kind of normal. Everyone's just chill. Well, a lot of times.
Right.
You get the occasional weird one, but yeah, it was really chill. It was really
I imagine
nice.
he reached out to you and was just like, "Hey, we're both in town. Do you want to get dinner?"
Yeah, exactly. And just he just hit me and said that he really appreciated the music and stuff like that, and I said, "Hey, man, likewise." And
bro,
we went and got some dinner. Yeah,
that is awesome. There you go. The Kid LAROI. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Thank you for chatting with me.